Welcome to Beyond the Shelf. I'm Dawn.
I'm Jenny.
Happy summer.
Yeah.
We're here.
But are we? It's Ohio. I don't know. It could still snow this month.
I mean, the way the weather's been so far, anything is possible.
Oh, I know. But we took a little break in May to do the authors, but now we're back at our states, and we've had a lot of positive responses again. It's been so much fun to hear from these states.
I have said it before. I love learning about these libraries and all of their cool little communities.
Some of them have been so generous, too. I mean, it takes time to write up stuff and to send it. We haven't gotten library cards from everybody yet. So if you sent us info and still would like to send us a card, we'd appreciate it because we really want to get those 50 cards if we can.
We do have cards for all the libraries that we're talking about today, though.
Well, yay. Good for all of them. Yay.
Yay.
They get gold stars.
Gold stars.
You want to start us off?
Yeah, I figured we'd start with the northernmost of these states and work our way down the coast.
Sounds perfect.
Great. All right. So the first library is Queen Anne's County Library, which is in Centerville, Maryland. Jenny reached out to them, and Aaron Nussbaum replied. This is what Aaron had to tell us about Queen Anne's County. Greetings from the eastern shore of Maryland. I love that's the opening, how she started that. Their library serves a community of around 52,000 people. They were founded in 1909 in the back of a store in the town of Centerville. And over the years, they've moved to a lot of different locations until their main branch was built in 1968. And then in 89, they were able to open a second branch in Stevensville, which is on Kent Island. And that one was expanded. And then in 2022, they added a mobile library.
Nice.
So they have their own little bookmobile situation too. So the eastern shore of Maryland is, she says it's very much its own region of the state across the Chesapeake Bay. It's more rural than some of the suburban or more urban western shore. And it has Maryland's beaches. One end of the 4-mile Chesapeake Bay Bridge is located on Kent Island, making them the gateway to the beach.
Nice.
So they're famous for crabs and the watermen who harvest them. And they also harvest fish and oysters. I bet they have really good food.
There's
if you like
nothing
seafood.
Like fresh seafood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So their county was also home to one of the founding fathers and a signer of the Declaration of Independence. His name was William Paca. And I looked up this guy, and he was actually born, raised, lived in Maryland like his whole life. And he was on the First Continental Congress. And so like genuinely one of the people who got America started. So
nice.
yeah. And they are also home to Baseball Hall of Famer Jimmy Fox. So I had to look up Jimmy Fox because I don't know a lot about baseball players, but he played 20 seasons of MLB baseball.
Wow. Yeah. Baseball players tend to go quite a bit longer than football players. It's not quite as taxing on the body as tackling.
So he played for the Philadelphia Athletics, the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago Cubs, and the Philadelphia Phillies. And probably the coolest thing about Jimmy Fox is he has the second most home runs behind Babe Ruth.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Hank Aaron was up there. That's very interesting.
You can take that up with Wikipedia.
I will.
So she also added a couple of did you knows. Did you know? Do you know what the state cat of Maryland is?
Siamese.
The calico cat.
I was going to say calico.
They have a state sport, jousting.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No. They're also known for their Smith Island cakes. So this is the cake. It is the official state dessert. 8 to 10 layers of ultra-thin yellow cake layered with frosting that is made of chocolate fudge icing.
That sounds delicious.
Wow.
Road trip to Maryland just for the cake.
For some cake and some beaches and crabs. Oh,
yeah. I love seafood.
That sounds great. So thank you to Aaron from Queen Anne's County Library.
All right. If we're going down the coast, I guess the first one I should talk about is West Virginia, because West Virginia becomes before Virginia on a map.
A little bit.
If you're coming from Ohio. So we're going to talk. No, we're not going to talk to him. He's not here. But Sean Duffy responded to me from what is the name of the library? I just lost it. Good grief.
That's the Ohio County.
Yes, it's the Ohio County Public Library in Wheeling, West Virginia. And the reason I reached out to them is because Ohio. And of course, so he was very excited to help us. He said, yes, the Ohio County thing causes endless confusion at their library. As a matter of fact, they are like, we are in West Virginia on the Ohio River, but people often believe we are in Ohio. Also, I am not to be confused with the current U.S. Transportation Secretary. So our current United States Transportation Secretary is Sean Duffy.
But not
It's
Sean
not
Duffy.
Sean Duffy from the Ohio County Public Library.
Okay.
So thanks for clarifying that. I certainly was not confused, but there might be other people that would be. Some interesting facts about West Virginia that he shares. It's the only state born during the Civil War. In fact, the conventions that resulted in statehood on June 20th, 1853 happened right in Wheeling, where the library is located. So they are the birthplace of West Virginia.
Awesome.
Some famous people born in our state, and I know you're going to know several of these. Jennifer Garner, Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Sierra Farrell. I don't know who that is, but a lot of Grammy Award-winning songwriters, unfortunately, don't get the acknowledgement that they deserve.
That's
it's
true.
the people that sing their songs are known. Olympic gold medalist gymnast Mary Lou Retton. I don't know if you know her, but I remember her watching her in, I think, the 84 Olympics. Record-breaking aviator Chuck Yeager. And actor Don Knotts. He played Barney Fife.
Yes. No, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken is my favorite Don Knotts movie. I love that.
And the mathematician Katherine Johnson of Hidden Figures, but the book and movie fame.
She helped us get to space. Katherine Johnson, yes.
I thought you were going to say she helped our library do something. And you're like, get to space. I'm like,
no.
I've never been to space.
No, she was like one of the human computers that helped us to be able to do the math to break. I say us, but like NASA scientists.
America.
Yes. That's so cool.
And Wheeling is the birthplace of labor and civil rights leader Walter Reuther and the actor John Corbett, who is in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So I looked him up to be sure which one he was, and he is the one that marries into the Greek family.
Yeah.
Pro Hall of Fame football player Chuck Howley, international opera star Eleanor Steber, I'm not sure which way, and the great jazz saxophonist Chu Berry. Country star Brad Paisley was born a few miles away in Glendale. I know Brad Paisley.
Personally?
Yeah, we're besties. No, I've heard of Brad Paisley. I guess is a better way to say it. And then Sean goes on to say, in fact, I wrote a book for Arcadia Publishing called Legendary Locals of Wheeling. So we definitely have to look that up. It is available on Amazon. And he created a sequel for our historical review that you can view on the library's website. So their library's website is ohiocountylibrary.org. And then there's a big, long line to get straight to that review, but I'm not going to say all that in the podcast. So don't have that kind of time.
/
Yeah. Sean organizes an annual labor history symposium through the Wheeling Academy of Law and Science called the Ruther Pollock Labor History Symposium. And it honors Walter. They are one of the few cities that dates back to 1904 that reject funding from Andrew Carnegie to build a library with his name on it because we were a big union town, and the good people of the unions, including Walt's father, remembered the violence of the Homestead strike at Carnegie's Pittsburgh steel mill.
Wow.
I'm presenting on this topic at the Carnegie Library in April. He sent us this in February, so he actually presented that, and he said he was terrified. But Sean, I'm sure you did a fantastic job. Oh. Wheeling is home to an annual arts fest, a really great blues music festival, the Mountaineer Brew Fest, the Ogilvy Fest. Everybody's heard of Ogilvy, to go see the lights, and several wonderful cultural festivals: Italian, Greek, Celtic, African American, Lebanese, polka, and more. They are a huge city of immigrants. Here at the library, or there at their library, they have an annual Black History Month lecture to honor a civil rights pioneer named Ann Thomas. The next one happened in February, actually, and it featured a shark scientist named Jasmine Graham.
Wow.
That's awesome. They often host a book festival or a Wheeling Reads celebration. They do a summer reading event and banned books events. Their children's department has an annual Awesome Author event. The Summer for America 250, they will be doing an archival exhibit celebrating the Declaration and Constitution, a series of classes for adults on the Revolutionary War, and edition of the Upper Ohio Valley Historical Review dedicated to the contributions of Wheeling and the Ohio Valley to national history. He also sent us a library card, so thank you, Sean, for that. And that pretty much sums up what he had to share. We really appreciate him informing us of all the cool things in West Virginia. West Virginia is close enough. We could go visit that.
We could.
So we'll have to put that on our library road trip.
Yeah. Wheeling, West Virginia it is. Mm-hmm. All right. The next place that I have to share about is the Cleveland County Library, which is located in Shelby, North Carolina. So we got an email from Deborah, and she is the branch manager of the Spangler branch of the Cleveland County Library. So she tells us that the Spangler branch opened in April 1990, and she was the manager then. She's been there since that branch started. They're a small rural library that serves people in Upper Cleveland County. She says that the internet connection is not available to many of their residents in their area, so the library is a place where people can access the internet and also connect with other members of the community. They provide many programs, including book clubs for adults and children, a garden club, a sit and stitch craft club, and a puzzle exchange.
Sounds very similar to us.
I know. We have a few things like that, too. And they just received some federal money to add a meeting room to their library. Their building was part of a Piedmont high school, which was a boarding school built in 1900. And I think that's what she actually sent us a picture of, was some of the students from the school in the 20s. Mm-hmm. It was known as the Water Memorial Library. Piedmont later progressed as a public high school in the 70s, and then in the 70s was part of an elementary. So the school closed in 1976 and was offered to the Cleveland County Library in 1989. Oh. So their main branch building had a long history as a school before it became a library. Some interesting facts about Cleveland County is that it is home to the Liver Mush Festival.
Okay, that sounds gross.
We're familiar with what mush is. It's kind of just like this cornmeal cake thing that you can fry. So liver mush is made from pig liver and, to put it mildly, pig head trimmings, cornmeal, and then it has some spices like sage and black pepper in it. For it to be considered liver mush in North Carolina, it has to be 30% pig liver. And usually people will slice this and fry it to go with their breakfast or their lunch. What they have is called the North Carolina Liver Mush Festival, and the tagline is Mush, Music, and Mutts.
Oh, are there dogs there also?
There are dogs there also. So they obviously are celebrating their Southern heritage with this liver mush, but then they have musicians, and then they have canines that do tricks and whatever for part of their shows too. So it's a little bit of everything. Deborah also said that parts of the movie The Hunger Games were filmed in Cleveland County. But so I don't know if you've seen that movie, but yeah. So there's parts where the main character is from a real rural kind of Appalachian area, and I feel like that really it might set there, or it could be possible that when they're actually in the games and they're out in the woods, it could have been there too. So
I wonder if they ate mush while they were there, or liver mush while they were there.
Maybe. Filming. So Deborah added here at the end that she's worked at the Spangler branch since the day it opened, and she will be retiring in December of this year.
Congratulations on your retirement.
So congratulations to Deborah, and thank you so much for sharing this information with us. Yeah. We learned about liver mush today.
We should add North Carolina to the road trip, but I'll let you taste the mush. Oh, goodness. The last library I'm going to talk about is Bristol Public Library. Now, this library, this is really, really cool. It is on the border of Tennessee, Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia. So we did reach out to other libraries in Tennessee. We'll see if we hear from anybody. But we did hear from the Bristol, Virginia part. She could have given us info about both. But her name was Jean Powers, and she gave us a lot of information, and it's so interesting. The women of Bristol are the first people who pushed for the library through a number of women's clubs. The idea was first broached in 1899, and a reading room was set up in 1909, and in 1929, an old house was purchased to serve as the first library. This happened to be on the Tennessee side of town. In 1965, a newly built library was opened on the Virginia side, having outgrown its original location. In the early 2000s, the library was extensively renovated and expanded, reopening in 2006. Their current director is Tanya Kestner. So my understanding is Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia is separated by a road, and in the middle of the road is the county line, or the state line. State line. Uh-huh. Their library is unique in the same way our community is unique, she says. We serve the cities of Bristol, Virginia, and Bristol, Tennessee. The state line goes right down the middle of their main street, and it's named State Street. The main library is located 1 block off of State Street in Bristol, Virginia. Avoca, A-V-O-C-A, or Avoca, other branch library, is located on the Tennessee side on the Volunteer Parkway, because Tennessee is a volunteer state. Mm-hmm. The Bristol Public Library is jointly owned and maintained by the two cities, and the first thing they ever owned together. Aww. There are 2 city councils, 2 mayors, 2 police departments, and so on and so on. She said, but it can be a bit confusing for people who are looking for City Hall. Bristol City Hall. Okay, which one? One of their most photographed spots is the Bristol sign, which crosses State Street. It's been there since 1915, and it straddles the state line, and it's lit by over 1,300 bulbs and has the slogan, "A good place to live." It has Virginia, VA on one side, and Tennessee 10 on the other side. This is actually their second slogan for Bristol, because the first emphasized the city's growing industrial and business space, which was called Push. That's Bristol. But the bulbs in the SH kept burning out, and so it left it saying PU. That's Bristol. And so they decided a new slogan was in order. Arguably, their main claim to fame is the designation as the birthplace of country music.
Oh.
They had the Smithsonian-affiliated museum to prove it. In 1927, Ralph Peer sent out a call for musicians to come and record some hillbilly music for the Victor Talking Machine Company.
Some hillbilly music.
Yes.
I love that.
Among those who came were the Carter family and Jimmy Rogers, resulting in what some call the Big Bang of country music. Tennessee Ernie Ford was born in Bristol, Tennessee, and there are often tours of the Ford House during Rhythm and Roots, which is their annual music festival held in downtown Bristol, which offers a wide variety of roots music. Their streets are closed off, and it affords visitors that come to have the chance to stand in the middle of the street, get their picture taken while they're straddling both states, and they won't get run over.
That's always nice.
They did stop traffic so that the Gecko commercial could shoot there in 2016.
Oh.
I did not know that. Sports fans are most likely to know Bristol from the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's a NASCAR track that hosts some of the sport's most popular races. Located on the Tennessee side of town, it was also the site for 2 other sporting events, a football game between the University of Tennessee and Virginia Tech, and a Major League Baseball game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. Both events set records in terms of attendance, with 156,990 people attending the football game and 91,032 people attending the baseball season. Bristol Public Library won a T-Mobile grant to help purchase an outreach vehicle that allows us to take part in the community events and promote the library. It is the cutest vehicle I've ever seen. Are we able to put a picture of that?
We are going to have to share a photo. It's literally the cutest little, the little thing. It's like think of a box truck, but
almost like an ice cream truck.
Yeah, but no, even
by size,
smaller.
Even smaller.
I think.
Yep.
Based on the size of if I can call it the cab where you sit to drive it, it's almost like a golf cart.
Yeah.
Is maybe the better way to put it. Think of a golf cart size box truck.
Yeah. It's so cute.
That is what this thing looks like.
Now, she says, in addition, we host GED classes, have the Jones Center for Creative Arts, Technology, and Workforce Development, and have a library of things from which you can check out a pressure washer, a telescope, or a cake pan. We did have a ghost detector, but that seems to have vanished. She's so clever. Virginia is actually the Commonwealth of Virginia, one of 4 states so styled, which include Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. It's generally believed that it was named in honor of the Virgin Queen Elizabeth I, who was the British monarch at the time. The first permanent English settlement was in 1607 at Jamestown. By an astounding coincidence, King James I was then the monarch. Captain John Smith was one of the leaders and became acquainted with a young Powhatan woman called Pocahontas. I'm sure you've heard of her and their story. The territory of Virginia originally included a vast swath of land, which was later carved up to form all or part of 8 different states: Kentucky, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Minnesota, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Ohio. This gave Virginia the nickname Mother of States. Makes sense. Another nickname is Mother of Presidents because Virginia has been home to 8, including 4 of the first 5 presidents. I won't name all of them. You can look that up if you want to. Virginia's history, so intertwined with the start of the United States, also gives it the nickname Birthplace of a Nation. I think that it should also have the nickname Birthplace of a Nickname because they have so many nicknames. Virginia has mountains, swamps, beaches, plains, hills, and caverns. We have a lot of interesting places to visit, such as Jamestown, Colonial Williamsburg, Yorktown, where British General Cornwallis surrendered to Washington, the Luray Caverns, Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, George Washington's Mount Vernon, Arlington National Cemetery, just tons and tons of things.
I'm just thinking of all the people I know who vacation somewhere on the beaches in Virginia.
Virginia has been the site of so much history that it would take more than you'll want to read to cover it all, she says. Short facts include the capital is Richmond. The state flower is the dogwood. State bird is the cardinal, just like Ohio. The state dog is the foxhound.
Okay.
And our state motto is Sic Semper Tyrannis, which means thus always to tyrants. Thus always to tyrants. She sent some really cute, pretty pictures of their library also. So thank you, Jean. I loved learning about your cute library. Your library truck is just adorable. Bristol Public Library. There's 2 of them. Virginia and Tennessee. That's so cool.
Excellent. So I was really excited when I got this email from the next library that we're going to talk about. So I think we mentioned when we started that there are 5 territories that are associated with the United States as well. And we talked about American Samoa a little bit. Weren't able to get any interaction from them. But I got an email from Florence Tatag from Guam.
Thank you, Florence.
I'm sure I butchered her last name.
Sorry about that.
But I was just so excited. And we got a library card from her as well and sent one back. So I'm going to share what she sent to us from Guam. She addressed it Hafa Ade, Miss Dawn, which I assume is something in like one of their native languages to say like hello or good morning. I actually didn't look it up. I should have. She started out by apologizing in her delay to her response because they had a storm that had really affected their island and some other local islands. And I'm like, no, I think that's a good reason, you know. But thank you so much again for responding. So she says about their community and their island, Guam is a captivating island with a rich tapestry of history and culture nestled in the heart of the Pacific Ocean. Since 1949, the Guam Public Library has been a cornerstone of their community, serving a diverse population of about 168,000. That's a lot. Which includes the indigenous Chamorro people. Guam is known as where America's day begins. Guam greets the sun before the U.S. mainland, which offers them, given their location, a warm year-round climate that surpasses even Hawaii. I think a lot of times people think about going to Hawaii as this tropical place, but Guam is apparently even more of a nice climate. The island also has a lot of natural beauty that draws in tourists, including jungles, waterfalls, and sandy beaches. White sandy beaches, she said, which are ideal for hiking or an activity they call boonie stomping. Boonie stomping is hiking through like off the beaten path in the rugged jungle. It's like they're little
like we talk about like, have you ever been like on a road trip and you might get a little lost or the GPS is failing and you're like, we are in the boonies and we're probably going to die here. So that's what boonie stomping sounds a little like Deliverance, the movie. I don't don't know if I want to go boonie stomping.
Except for it's in the jungles of Guam. I don't know. It sounds beautiful. I'm sure that
beautiful.
my complexion would not last in this environment.
Mine either.
The Chamorro culture is enriched by Spanish influences, and they celebrate it through architectural feats like latte stone pillars, and they have communal events like village fiestas that honor different Catholic patron saints. So they have a lot of influence from other cultures or people that have come there. Guam's history starts with Spanish colonization, and then in World War II, it became an American territory, which adds layers to that. Some people that we might know from Guam include singer Pia Mia, which I had to look her up. She started out doing covers of other songs on YouTube and then was eventually picked up for a record label.
Okay.
And then a couple of poets and essayists are from there, Craig Santos Perez and Julian Aguan, both of whom write about being indigenous and their experiences. For anyone who is seeking a blend of history and culture and natural beauty, Guam is the place to be or to explore. They also, much like American Samoa, have a significant importance for the U.S. military because of where they're located in the Western Pacific. So they have Anderson Air Force Base and Naval Base Guam, as well as some other strategic military presence there as well. So that's a little bit about Guam from Florence. We were so excited when I got this email. I was like, no way! Yeah. They responded. So hopefully we'll be able to hear from the Virgin Islands in the north. Guam is near the Northern Mariana Islands. Okay. So hopefully we'll get to hear from some of these other places as well.
And hopefully we'll hear from South Carolina. They were supposed to be featured this month.
They were.
And I just like to say, I used to live in South Carolina. So I reached out to where I used to live and they never responded. Well, they did. And they said we would. And then they didn't. And then, so I reached out to like 4 other places. South Carolina, it must be very, very busy because nobody has responded from South Carolina. So
Guam is on the other side of the world and they're recovering from a storm. Yes. And yet, Florence.
So dear listeners, if you have a connection in South Carolina, email us or call us at the library because we really would love to hear about some places in South Carolina and get a library card. So that's my plea.
That's it.
Oh, this has been fun. We'll keep plugging away. And even if we have to throw South Carolina in when we're in the West Coast, who cares? We will be happy to do that if we get some info.
Glad to hear from them.
So what is happening in June, Dawn?
Well, it's the start of summer reading. Woo-hoo! So officially summer reading starts on May 30th or started on May 30th, but will continue all the way through August. So we have reading programs for all ages, even tiny little people, everybody. And by that, I mean like babies. Young people.
The young.
Who are usually of smaller size. Some things happening in June besides our summer reading program. If you are a teen and you signed up for a book box, you can pick it up this week or next week. Just come into the circulation desk or the information desk and we'll get your box for you. Summer story times start on Monday, June 8th. So there are story times for newborns through preschool age. If you haven't signed up, you can probably still get into a class. Just give us a call.
And then we also have the family drop-in times.
There is a family drop-in story time, a couple of those as well. So you can find more information on our website or talk to our children's department about that. I'm very excited for the Teen Writing Workshop, which is happening on Tuesday, June 9th and Wednesday, June 10th. It is a 2-day workshop for teens, so that's 6th through 12th grade. From 4 to 5 p.m., we're going to have 2 of our local authors who have been to our local author festival before, and they are helping lead a little writing workshop for some maybe aspiring young authors. So I'm very excited, and you can register for that now. Those authors are Chrissy Hartman and Cindy Breck, and they are fantastic ladies. We've talked to both of them on the podcast before. And then on Thursday, June 11th, the Summer Boredom Buster sort of book club, summer book club session for adults will be at 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. that is just to kind of share what you've been reading or some new genres you've discovered and maybe get suggestions from others for what you're reading. So those are just the start of the month, and then we have more things Jenny's going to share.
On Saturday, June 13th, our dinosaur dig at 10:30 a.m. Join us in front of the library for fun dinosaur-themed activities for families because our summer reading program is called
Unearth a Story.
Yes. Yeah. The next preschool play lab is Wednesday, June 17th from 1:30 to 4:30, and that is a drop-in thing. The Youth Book Club will talk about their next book on Thursday, June 18th at 4 o'clock, and registration is open for that now, grades 4 through 6. They're just talking about what they're reading too, so it's not a specific book.
I don't know specifically what book they're reading. That I would suggest contacting the children's department, and they'll be able to tell you what book they're reading for that month.
And then Jennifer is going to be doing a summer edition of her Mystery Mondays, and this one is called Summer Sleuths. They'll be discussing Junebug, which is a book written by Jess Lowry, at 6 p.m. on Monday, June 22nd. I'm assuming Junebug has something to do with mystery and not a bug.
No, I think I didn't write all the details down, but if I remember right, it's considered one of the oldest like mystery thriller books. It's Junebug.
I'm going to have to look that up. I don't think I've ever read that. Yeah. That's really cool. So June is shaping up to be a lot of fun as well. Hopefully we'll start getting some real summertime weather by now.
Yes.
It's been a chilly spring for sure.
Except for like the 2 hot days.
Yeah, that's true. So in July, we will continue our America
exploration.
Yeah, we'll be reaching out, just making our way across the United States.
I think we're continuing down the coast a little bit more, and then we'll go across the Midwest and the plains, and it'll be great fun.
Yes, it's I've loved it. Yes. Hopefully our listeners have enjoyed it as well.
Seeing everybody's library cards.
Yeah,
it's been so cool.
And I just love everyone's heart in this too. They've been so kind, and they're like, we love this idea, and just want to jump on board, and it's a lot of fun.
On that note, we did actually have another library that reached out to us.
Yeah.
So we had already talked about Vermont, and we had talked about the Caliph Memorial Library in Washington. So Sue from the South Burlington Library sent us an email, and she's like, hey, for America's 250th, we're collecting library cards. And I just thought that was so funny. And I was like, hey, us too.
Yeah.
So we now have 2 Vermont library cards.
And that's okay.
Which is
fantastic.
Awesome.
We might have to turn one of them into a South Carolina card. Just saying.
If we don't hear from them. All right.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you listening. If you have any suggestions of states that we have not covered, and you know of a library that might, like maybe you used to live there, you visited there, and you think we should reach out to them, let us know. We would definitely do that. So
absolutely.
Thanks for listening.
See you at the library soon.